Royal Standard of England is a traditional pub in Beaconsfield with a rich history. Over its nearly 900-year history, it has served everyone from royalty to highwaymen. It was originally known as the Ship until 1213, until Charles II's restoration to the throne in 1663, after which the inn changed its name to the Royal Standard of England. The first official mention of the pub appears in 1213. The site is said to have been previously used as an alehouse from Saxon times where beer was brewed. During the Norman era, the pub received much of its trade from local tile makers, whose jobs included making tiles for Windsor Castle and the Palace of Westminster. During the 17th century, the pub became a popular meeting place for various groups of royalists, and one story claims that Charles II granted the pub's permission to change its name from the Ship to the far grander Royal Standard of England in thanks for the venue allowing its father, Charles I, to hide from danger in its roof space. The pub's popularity declined in the mid-18th century, but supplying nearby rail workers with strong, then legal ale named Oud Roger helped the venue become successful once again. There are reputedly quite a few hauntings in this ancient watering hole. A young drummer boy, said to have been killed by the Roundheads in 1643, is heard in the car park and going through the pub. A few ghostly shadow figures have been seen in the bar area walking through walls. One is said to be an executed cavalier, and the second a traveller who, as folklore says, was trampled outside the pub by a coach and 4 horses carrying the Earl of Barrymore. The bloody corpse was brought into the pub and the landlord was paid hush money over the incident. Most recently, in 1944, Tomahawk Warrior, a US B-17 bomber flying Fortress, crashed in a field over the road with the loss of 9 crew members. The full history on the Royal Standard of England is long and interesting. I leave a link in the description down below to the pub's official website that explains all the history through the centuries. How are you doing, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Dead Cold. We are in the Royal Standard of England, a very old pub in itself. 900 years old this place is, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm with some fine folk here tonight. Steve is here. Lorian Jones is here. Diane Chambers is here. And the Right Honourable Tony is behind me. We're going to be investigating this place till about 3 in the morning, if we've got eyes for it. But already there's been a few odd occurrences, a few odd little things have happened, but we'll try and explain that as the night goes on. And apart from me just scaring the crap out of Lorian.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to do, we are now in the oldest part of the pub, and we are going to try something around this very large round table here.
I'm just going to ask the same question. Mine's in the bag in there.
I haven't got mine with me.
Yeah, and my recorder just
a bit weird, they both went off at the same time.
Good evening. So there is someone here with us and they'd like to make themselves known. Can you keep doing that? Lighten up those lights on this little black box on the table for me, please. If you can take it right up to orange if there is someone here and you wish to communicate with us, that would be lovely, please. Do you not want to talk to us? We'd love it if you would tell us about who you are and what this place means to you. Come close. Come and sit with us. Air pressure's just going off. And come and join us, and maybe you can tell us about yourself. From what time you were here or are here. Did you work here? Were you a visitor? Were you connected to King Charles I? There's many things here on the table. None of them will harm you, but you can make the lights change on them, or even sound an alarm like a buzzer. It won't hurt you, but it'll let us know that you're present and that you want to communicate with us. My name is Diane. Is there someone you wish to talk to around the table? Maybe you could tap near to that person if you wish to speak to them in particular.
When Mark and myself first entered this room, I sensed that there was somebody already in here. Was I right in that assumption? Are you still in here with us?
If you are not here anymore and you can hear our voices, would you like to come back towards them, please? Just follow the tone of our voices.
We understand that the little drummer boy is around these parts. If you'd like to make contact with us, or make a sound, or bang your drum so that it picks up on our equipment, that would be great. We'd be pleased to hear from you.
Maybe we can hear your voice. Are you capable of making a sound loud enough for us to hear? Are you moving around us? Are you moving around the table?
If you are moving around the table and you see the 5 of us here in a circle, if you want to come into the middle of the circle, come through us into the middle of the circle.
Did anybody else just feel the table move?
I thought I did it about 30 seconds ago between me and Tony. I thought I felt
What's happened
something.
here between us two then?
Yeah, something maybe is moving around.
It's a pretty solid table.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I mean, I'm trying to move, I mean, I can move the lights there just by rocking it a bit, but you know, I'm putting a bit of pressure on it.
Can you move the table for us? Can you knock underneath it? Can you make it move? See, I just thought I felt something then again.
I did.
That's really good if that was you. Could you do it some more? Can you use our energy to build it up to really make this table wobble?
I swear to God, if that cat is in here and it walks across my feet, I'm going to knock my knees right at this table.
It's really good if you can do this. Come on, keep working with us. See if you can make this table move. I think I can feel something. Can you do that again? Can you make everyone around the table feel you trying to move this table?
Can you 3 not?
Keep trying. Come on, because the men can't feel it.
Can't feel a thing.
Come on.
How strange.
Yeah.
The temperatures rise from 666 Fahrenheit to 692.
I'm not sure, but I think this radiator's on behind me, so that could be
Also,
it.
us in this small room will make a difference to
Yeah.
the temperature as well.
Are you drawn more to the ladies than they are to the men?
Are you a male?
Do you want to sit between me and Laurie? And there's a chair here. Come and sit between us.
Would you like to touch one of the ladies on the shoulders, please?
I won't scream or jump if you do.
Was your phone on before, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but just for the interest of transparency, my phone was on before and it was setting off the K2, so I've turned the thing off there now.
Yeah, mine was on as well, but it's switched off now.
I did do an EMF sweep of the entirety of this pub, and the only EMF spikes we were picking up were around the till areas and by the fridge in the main area. Apart from that, there was no more EMF spikes anywhere else. So if we do get anything here, now that the phones are turned off, and it should be true. Should, I say. We got nothing more of interest in this part of the pub, so we moved to the opposite side, next to the old fireplace. So we have come to the basically the other end of the pub. With a nice fireplace here. The rumour is that this was like a big storage area, but above here, I'll get a shot of it in a bit, is a hole in the wall with a skeleton in it. It was rumoured where, what is it, Laura?
Charles II
Charles
is meant to have spent time with his lovers, which is believed to be the real reason why he granted the pub the name the Royal Standard of England. This is the only pub in the country with the full title. Some are called the Royal Standard, but this is the only Royal Standard of England. So before then it was called the Ship.
What's the timeline on that, do you know? Did it roughly change?
From the Ship, I mean, originally, I think you're looking at
Was it something around 12?
12, I was going to say
45.
1200, yeah. And then you're looking at late 1600s.
Still, a very long time ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
We heard a metal noise before, which we think might have been you doing something. What is it that you're doing? Can you carry on with whatever you were doing so that we can hear it again, please?
If that was you making that noise then, can you do it again for us louder?
That's a toilet
Oh, that's the
air freshener.
Yeah.
Automatic air freshener of it.
Shall we go and check then? I'll go and check. Steve, go and check.
Close.
Check to see if there is one out there.
That's if that is, that's a nod to Mr. Steve Richards.
Yeah.
We've got caught in the
The spirit.
the skirrid.
Yeah. There is there?
One of each.
Boo!
The box has run out because there's no smell coming from it, no scent.
No, I've just actually thought that I saw something go past that.
You see, they see that.
And I don't know if it's because I'm just looking up and I'm seeing something.
No, because I thought from left to right.
Yes, from left to right.
Yeah.
Because
From blue to green, blue
but,
to
but
red.
from where you're sat,
Mhm.
you can't see the bottom of the light of the door, and it seemed to me as well that someone or something.
Yeah. You see. Now,
There is the story, isn't there, that there is a female presence that
Yeah.
hangs around in the toilets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
See, this is all new to me because I've not read anything about it. I purposely didn't read anything about this. I know on my channel I don't like to delve into the history of things, but this time around I've just purposely not read anything about this place at all, apart from I know how old it is. So this is all new to me.
Did you move your feet there? No. Did
I've heard that.
it was right down here,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a gravel.
yeah. I heard like a gravelly.
No, I haven't moved my feet. I moved now to so you can see what it's like.
Some of that sounds gravelly, isn't it?
No,
No.
it was more crunchy. Right here. Did you move your feet there? No.
I've heard that.
It was right down here,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a gravel.
yeah.
Did you move your feet there?
No.
I've heard that.
It was right down here,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a gravel.
yeah. I heard like a gravelly.
No, I haven't moved my feet. I moved now to so you can see what it's like.
Some of that sounds gravelly, isn't it?
No, it was more crunchy. Right here.
That's that type again. Maybe she's come to join us.
Yeah, take a seat if you've come to sit with us. You're very welcome.
There's a seat just there, in front of us. This nice corner type seat.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
That's the fire making that tapping noise.
Yeah, well, I was just checking, you know. Yeah, it's a little... In fact, it's making more noise now than it did when we first came down.
If you'd like to speak to us or tell us your name, we've got recorders that we can play back later. If we can't hear you now, maybe we can listen to what you say later.
Don't be afraid. I'd love you to come and sit with us. Damn that air freshener.
It's like in a millisecond, the fright, then the excitement, then the the realisation. Oh.
Good advert for Airwick.
Typical paranormal, sponsored by Airwick.
Got a ring to that.
Banish those demon farts.
We decided to try an Estes method in this cosy, red alcove. Diane is the victim. Can you hear us, Diane? Diane, can you hear us?
Is there anybody with Diane who would like to speak to us?
If there's anyone here that would like to speak through that device in front of Diane, could you tell us how many people are here in this room, please?
Scandinavian.
Is the Scandinavian reference to a person?
Never.
Never did what? There's never reference to doing something? Are there any spirits here with us in this building tonight?
Ed.
Ed? Is Ed here with us?
Is there anybody else here apart from Ed?
Jack.
Jeez, that was pretty instant. How old is Jack?
Much.
What is much a reference to? Is Jack much older than us?
Elephant.
There's definitely an elephant in the room, that's for sure.
I just wonder, when we were in the front room, I pulled the chair out as we were getting up to leave and it made a funny noise and I went, oh, elephant. They went,
Right.
oh, again. Just wondering if that was, it's such a weird reference, but
Yeah.
wondering if it was relevant.
Do you know who we are?
Speak to me.
We are trying to speak to you. Do you like us being here?
Speak.
How do you feel about us being here?
All of them.
All of who? How many people are all of them?
Rebellion.
Are you talking about the beer? Or are you talking about an actual rebellion?
Someone just touched my hand.
No.
No.
Someone touched my hand. That's why I stopped.
Oh, which hand?
This one.
Oh,
You're always getting bloody touched, you are.
I kept hearing what sounded like a whole sentence, but it was so low and so quiet
Yeah.
below the crackling. I couldn't work out what it was. But I would have said about 3 times there was like a sentence in a very low
Yeah.
male voice.
And now on to the final area of the night. The candle room, where the ghostly figure of a man has been seen, stood by the fireplace. Well folks, this is our last session. I believe this room is called the Candle Room. This has been an interesting night and a fantastic place to come as well. Very, very old. As I said at the top of the video, 900 years old this pub is, or at least there's been an ale house or a brewery on this site for at least 900 years. So absolutely ancient. We're We're going to do one more session in this place, and then we're going to call it a night. I think all we're going to do is a bit of calling out. I've got the Ghost Tube app here for the first time in God knows how long. The K2, there's a few candles dotted around, and let's just see what happens.
Drip.
Drip is the first word out of this
Is it to do with the candles?
godforsaken app.
It's a drip drip from the beer taps.
So if there's anyone in this vicinity that can hear our voice would like to come forward, come and sit with us around the table, please. Maybe you can communicate with us in any way you seem fit. I don't care whether it's to supposedly talk through this app, or whether it's to use the black box with the green light you see on the table there, or it's with a series of taps or knocks, or touching any one of us. But I'd like you to come and sit down near us, wander around us, and communicate with us, please. What do you think of us being here tonight? Pleased to see us, or dying to get rid of us?
Do you think it's a bit strange that we're trying to talk to you? Lots of people come through this place and they probably never acknowledge you. Yet here we are, desperately trying to talk to you.
I think it feels entirely different in this little piece of the pub to the rest. Totally different atmosphere.
Yeah.
It feels very separate, doesn't it? So who stands by the fireplace in this room? Is this the fireplace behind Mark here, where a gentleman stands and then disappears? There's a couple of stories about who you may be. So if you're here, would you like to tell us who you are? Maybe you can knock on something twice to say that you would like to tell us.
We spent quite a bit of time here today to give you a chance to speak to us if you'd like to. As Diane said earlier, lots of people come here as customers to eat and drink and have a nice time, and they wouldn't even know that you're here. So we are giving you a chance, if you'd like to speak to us, to prove that you exist after you passed away. We are really friendly. We just want you to give us a sign, make a noise, say your name, tap on something, anything, just to try and let us know that you're here.
You're really quiet tonight. You don't really say much, do you? Don't really do much. Are you shy about talking to any of us? There's really no need to be shy. We're nice people. I'd like you to come and tell us your side of the story as to why you may be here.
Purgatory.
Okay.
Do you think you're stuck here? Are you frightened to cross over?
I was hearing hearing shuffling noises in there and then I heard a crack. And I assumed it was staff, but since then there's been...
I thought it was staff as well.
I feel like there's movement down there again.
There was another shuffle.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think if it was somebody in there, you would then hear them walking.
Yeah.
It's just the odd noise, but then nothing else. That was a cough. But it was a cough.
Oh, I thought someone going.
Yeah, like.
Was that not you?
No.
No.
It was.
I thought it was you.
No.
Because I saw you look over there and I thought you went,
No. The thing is, I think if it was somebody in there, you would then hear them walking.
Yeah.
It's just the odd noise, but then nothing else. The thing is, I think if it was somebody in there, you would then hear them walking. It's just the odd noise, but then nothing else. That was a cough. It was a cough.
Oh, I thought someone going.
Yeah, like.
was that not you?
No.
No.
It was.
I thought it was you.
No.
Because I saw you look over there and I thought you went,
No. This is so annoying not knowing. That would be amazing.
Even where I sat, it didn't sound like it came from over there. It sounded like it
Yeah,
came
down
from
there.
down,
Just go and check, Steve. So, are you at least going to say goodnight to us? Au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, buenas noches,
hasta la vista.
ciao.
Toodle bit. Oh, well, folks, I tell you what, on that note, it's been a fantastic night. I've definitely enjoyed it. I know I'm going to check back on the edit to see if we've got anything, of course, but it's been a quiet one, I think. A few strange things down the bottom end there, but we'll go over that footage. But yeah, fantastic. I have Tony here again, and Diane, Lorian, an honorary member of the Hertfordshire Boo Crew tonight, and always welcome as well, always welcome.
Thank you.
Steve, great to be back with Steve again as well. And from me, well, you're probably sick of seeing me by now, but until the next one, we'll see you then.
Bye. Bye-bye.